Would like to call to order the Lewis County Board of County Commissioners business meeting for Monday, July 27th, 2015. All three commissioners are present. Commissioner Stamper, would you like to lead us in the flag salute?
Yes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the July 27, 2015 BOCC minutes.
I second that.
I think that's the July 20th.
July 20th, I'm sorry.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of July 20th, 2015. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Moving on to public comment, and no one wishes to comment today.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the consent agenda, items 1 through 5, resolution number 15, TAC 218 to 15, TAC 222.
I second.
All right.
Good morning, Commissioner. Suzette Smith, Auditor's Office, Financial Services Division, here to present to you agenda items number 1 and 2. Agenda item number 1 is resolution number 15-218. This is our weekly approval of warrants for payments of claims against the county departments. This past week, we had 295 regular warrants. Those included 727, 728 through 727-846, 728-033 through 728-160, 728-162 through 728-209, for a total dollar amount of $802,478.77. Any questions on that one? All right. Our next one is the monthly approval for voided warrants or warrants that need to be deemed void. This month we have 2 warrants. Warrant number 721960 was a duplicate payment that was returned by the vendor. We do understand how that duplicate payment occurred, and we do have a process in place to help present that or to prevent that in the future. The second warrant is 717931. This warrant was either lost or destroyed en route to the vendor, and the vendor has submitted an affidavit of lost or stolen warrant per RCW. So we would like to void both of those warrants, reissue 717931. Any questions?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. For the record, Michael Strozik, Director of Central Services. Item number 3 on your agenda is resolution number 15-220. Is approving an interlocal agreement with American Medical Response for Emergency Dispatch Services. I'd like to refer to this as a housekeeping. We have a rolling contract with AMR that we renew every 3 years for dispatching services. This will allow Lewis County 911 Dispatch to dispatch American Medical Response units in Lewis County from January 1st, 2015. Even though the contract starts January 1st, 2015, we have continued to dispatch them. It was attorneys working on it in Denver, Colorado that took so long. Through December.
Not on our side.
Not on our side, Commissioner, yeah. Actually, your director was on top of this one. Through December 31st, 2017. There is a set fee schedule for all 3 years in that. In 2015, American Medical Response will pay us $64,200. In 2016, the rate goes to $64,842.15. And in 2017, it goes to $65,490.50, which is a representative of a 2% increase across the board, which was agreed upon between us and AMR. So, and this is both for dispatching them with our local fire departments and also on their own, what we call targeted medical facilities where only AMR goes. Questions?
Michael, I just have a quick question. I was gone Wednesday when you brought this up at the update. I was up in Seattle. but how do you set the rates for this?
It's been a rolling rate for many years, sir, and I guess we'll
Well,
have...
let me clarify then what I'm looking for. Do they in effect pay for one of the techs up, or one of the,
No, it's based on
Is that
a
a
per call
percentage of-
volume.
or it's a per call?
It's per call volume, and it has been established about 12 years ago on an agreed-upon per call volume, and then we rotate the call numbers into it and stuff like that, and then we build in a 2% inflation factor for them this year.
Okay, because I know the ambulance services charge a pretty healthy fee when they come out and pick you up.
Yes, they do.
And it doesn't look like that's reflected in the amount that we get.
It actually is fairly reflected. I think we were in a meeting last week when we were talking about some EMS stuff, and although they do charge a hefty amount, as you said, especially for ALS, they collect between 49 and 51% on the dollar, and they have a lot of other costs. This amount here is very competitive for us and for them. If we look at this amount, this is a little bit less than Riverside Fire Authority collects, or we collect from them, and the city of Chehalis to provide EMS dispatching for those two entities. So this is a good contract for both parties.
Michael, you gave us an estimated amount of calls, any kind of calls, in 911 last week. Would you like to repeat that statistic?
Yeah. Interesting, we were talking with the Toledo Fire Chief, I think is where this is coming from, yes. Commissioner Fund. In 2014, we processed approximately 155,000 calls in our 911 center, and you can do the math on a 365-day. It's quite a few calls per day. This year, through the first 6 months, we are on a pace to go to about 176,000 phone calls being processed up in that 911 center, which is about a 14% increase or something like that, which is actually kind of high in the industry stuff. But you have to remember, we are the only 911 center in Lewis County, so if you call 911 anywhere within the county and even out through Mount Rainier and stuff, it will route into our center, and then if we need to, we can transfer that call to somebody else. So, busy place.
Yes, it is.
Questions? Okay.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Elsey, Public Works Director, speaking to items 4 and 5 on your consent agenda. Item number 4 is resolution number 15-221, approving a permit with BNSF Railway Company for temporary work during the Highway 603 stabilization project. On February 24, 2014, the Board of County Commissioners passed a resolution instructing the county engineer to acquire all right-of-way necessary for this project. Part of that process is to get any temporary easements that we may need. We need an easement, or in this case a permit, from Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railway. And this resolution would authorize me as the county engineer to sign this agreement in the amount of $9,354.
Questions? Okay.
The next item is item number 5, resolution number 15-222, granting an easement over county property on State Highway 6 to Scott Turner Road, LLC. This is the property out at the Spooner Road shop. Scott Turner Road, LLC needs to access their property off of State Highway 6. It's unfeasible for them to come off of SR 6 at their property, so it makes more sense for them to cross a corner of our property. This easement will not interfere with current or potential future uses of the property, and we would recommend approving this resolution, which would compensate the county $2,000 for this easement.
Okay. Any questions? Comments?
Thank you.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda, items 1 through 5, resolution number 15-218 through 222. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Madam Chair, with no further business, I move we adjourn.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We are adjourned. Thank you for coming.
What quick.